Bobby Avenella, 265 Gordon Road. I'm the applicant of this zone change. This history of this site, we originally wanted to get the zone change back when we had the McLean's project, and we had it earmarked for industrial zone, the same that we tried to get for McLean's. The town board at the time asked me to rescind that zone change until we got through the process with McLean's, which is a 5-year program. We spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on all the secret items. I don't want to name them all, but they're all listed. And that secret document covered adjacent land for every aspect of the secret. I couldn't make the last meeting, I apologize, but I just have to bring some things out that I watched the videotape, DVD. The attorney representing the landowners, Jeff Baker, I would just like to know if he's representing Pilot Truck Center, and if Pilot is paying him or the neighbors are paying him. That's first thought. B2 zone, he says can have a trucking terminal or a warehouse facility. I believe that has to be in an I-1 zone, those two. My zone right now is agricultural. In an agricultural zone, I could put a dwelling up of 40 feet right now. Mr. Malazinski keeps pointing the fact that the elevation of my daughter's land is 394, which it is. If we put a 40-foot building on, it will go to 434. However, he doesn't take into consideration of grading and lowering the main site approximately 20 feet. And the 4-foot berm on 20 is 24 foot. And then you put trees on it to make it another 6 foot. In my McLean's agreement, I was asked by the town of Rotterdam if I would take 1/2 of an acre that was in front of Laurie Bergamon's house and bet it as a preservation easement. I said, absolutely I would. I do have compassion for people, and I didn't want her to have impacts with seeing the truck entrance right across that lot. Now in front of the board again to do the zone change. The last town board asked if I would do an acre of dedication, and I believe this town board wants an acre of dedication, which I agreed to. So when she looks out of her house, there's never going to be a project if I get the zone change. So it's not like she's looking at headlights. As far as, excuse me, I got the floor. I didn't speak with you talk, I didn't speak when I talk. The land surrounding this property, 90% of it is commercial. You do have 4 residences that are across the street from the property, but through litigation, we feel we can help them out. I will talk to them individually at any time on that matter. I've had several companies and individual business owners talk to me about projects. And like Jim Delaney said, because of the nature of their businesses, they just don't want their names out there yet, but we do have more people calling us now. One of the people I wanted is Dunkin' Donuts. He's across the street at Pilot right now. He wanted to put another Dunkin' Donuts on the opposite side of the road, which he has like in Glenville, one on one side, one on the other side. Sounds crazy, but that's what the American Enterprise does for you. He couldn't get out of it. The Pilot's having a problem with that, and I think Pilot is the one that's forcing this issue with the lawsuit before it won, because they don't want no competition. The largest truck center in the country is worried about little Bobby Avella's project. There's something not right here. It's not right. And again, residential taxes, you gotta have commercial development. It's a commercial corridor. I-88, when it was built, the federal impact statement earmarked commercial growth on Route 7. The document's out there. It's before El Dorado, Caroline, Sunrise, Charmed Court, all of them put together. That road was in there. Plus there's 700 residents that live back there. That's like 1,400 people. There's 7 or 8 people that keep showing up to these meetings to sell you junk science, to scare you, to stop projects that I put forth. I've got 35 years of development in town of Rotterdam, and I've always fulfilled my duties to bring the project to fruition. I've mitigated, and nobody's going to test my integrity. Mrs. Lawler says that there's a house across the street next to the truck stop. She said I needed a zone change. I got the zone change, and this house is still sitting there. They got to tell the truth, these people. I bought that, and it was already commercially zoned. I didn't have to change the zone on that. I bought a plan to town of Rotterdam for a travel convenience center. I got the approval through the planning process, and the company backed out on me. Once they found out how much it was going to cost to do the project. That project will happen also. Mr. Malizinski keeps bringing up the sewer flop. The sewer project 4 years ago. I showed this town board a document that I do have an approval. It's contingent upon me getting a tenant on McLean's project. The state is earmarking $1 million to help fund the sewer project. It's like a dinosaur road with no sewers on it. The document sits there, the stimulus money sits there, and I can't get it because the county, the town, the Metroplex all adopted this with me. Steve Thomas signed the document, we sent it in, and they approved it. So the sewer line did not flop yet. It's still in the making. Now, in my mind, we had the Academy Awards 2 weeks ago. I think Mr. Malizinski should be Academy Award. He should be a director. Because I did traffic studies for 4 years out here. In the last meeting, he said there's 4,300 trucks that pass the site. I'd like to see that document, because another half-truth that he talks about. There's no 4,300 trucks that pass the site. And again, the other partner here, we're not putting the truck center in. The owner of the plant got a call from one of the disgruntled neighbors that said, Bobby, and this partnership is going to put something in competition to you. That's the truth of the matter. That's why our attorney's here tonight, to try to stop me from putting in competition. I'm not putting a truck center in. I never said that. But again, my hope, my request, humbly, is for you to pass the zone, and I'll turn the project over, and I'll make the breeders happy, whatever I can. I'm not going to please them for everything, but I will do that. And I'm bringing another plan in from McLean's eventually, too. So I promise you that. Thank you for your time.